What is up, guys? It's Jose here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in this video I want to talk about how you can start feeling like you're enough. Finally. Now I know that if you're watching this video, then chances are that you probably don't feel like you are what you could be, or you don't feel like you are the person that can attract anything into your lives. Abundance, love, happiness, health. Now, let me tell you my story. For many years, I felt like an absolute piece of shit. I felt so worthless. I felt so miserable, so unworthy of anything good in life. It probably goes back to childhood trauma where my father disappeared from my life, and I know somehow I perceived it to be my fault. You know, my father left me and my mom because of me. This is how children think. Children don't have filters. They cannot rationalize and understand why things are happening. They think it's personal. And so this is something that I took with me, and I carried with me into my adolescence and my early 20s. And it left me feeling unworthy and like I wasn't enough for my whole life. And so anything in life was something that was out of my reach. Love, health. Very quickly, because of emotional stress, I started developing chronic digestive issues and so on, chronic pains in my body. And but the main thing, what was most painful for me was the fact that I felt absolutely so like unlovable and unattractive to any woman. So for me, like whenever I was with somebody that I was attracted to, like in my mind I was so convinced that it was literally impossible for that person to like me or to find me attractive. And so again, I didn't feel like I was interesting enough, to have amazing friends. I didn't feel like I was smart enough somehow to, start a business or attract wealth and make an impact in other people's lives. But probably, again, the most painful thing was the fact that I didn't feel like I was good looking enough, that I was attractive enough, manly enough, whatever, right? And again, this left me in a state of deep loneliness, deep loneliness. And of course, when I was with somebody that I liked, obviously with this barrier, with this wall around me, I couldn't connect with a person because I was always afraid. I was just repeating to myself, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. This person is never gonna like me. So obviously I couldn't connect with that person. And obviously without that connection, that person would never feel attracted or feel that connection with me, right? So I tried many things to shift this. Nothing really worked. Nothing really stuck either. I never stick to anything for long enough. And eventually I did shift this perception about myself, but it took way too long. It took way longer than necessary. And so that's why in this video I want to share how I did it, but I want to share the most effective and probably the most direct and quickest path towards you shifting your perception about yourself from feeling unworthy and like you're not enough to feeling absolutely worthy of all the gifts of life and feeling like you're enough to, attract love and abundance and health and everything, freedom, adventure, everything that life has to offer. So here's the thing. It's really easy, but it is going to require some effort from your part because it's not going to happen from one day to the next. It can take a few weeks. It can take a few months for some people, especially if, your sense of self-worth and you not feeling like you're enough is so deeply programmed and ingrained in your subconscious mind, in your cells, in your body, that it's going to take some time to flush all that garbage out, right? And so how are you going to do that? By saying to yourself that you are enough. Now, that sounds very simple, and it's something that you probably thought about, right? And actually, it is that simple. The thing is, you're probably not going to feel like you're enough whenever you tell yourself that you're enough. If right now, if you're on a scale from, 0 to 10, 10 feeling absolutely worthy and like you're enough, and 0 feeling like you're an absolute piece of shit, you are at a 1 or at a 2, right? Or at a 3 or at a 4, then if you say to yourself right now, I am enough, I am worthy of life, then you're probably not going to feel like a 10 straight away, right? But here's the thing. If you keep repeating this to yourself for long enough, and you do your best to understand that right now you are already enough, because here's the thing, it all starts with one realization, okay? And this will come one at a time. Every single week, every single day, every single week, every single, X amount of time, there will be a shift in perception. There will be some kind of realization that, whoa, I never thought this about myself. Whoa, I never thought about this, this thing, the way it has come to me right now. And so what you must realize is that, first of all, there's nothing wrong with you, and that you don't need fixing. You don't need to do anything about yourself in order to be enough. You don't have to do anything or stop doing anything in order to become worthy of love for yourself. Okay? So you need to drop all guilt from your life. If you feel guilty for something you did, or if you feel guilty for whatever reason, it might be childhood trauma, you don't even know what you did or what happened, but there's some sort of guilt trapped inside your body, you need to forgive yourself. So every single day, you start by forgiving yourself. And the way you do this is that you combine it with your breath. Now, this is probably the single most powerful thing that I have ever done in my life, and I have tried hundreds of things. This is it. When you combine your intention with your breath, you're going to see fireworks. Things are going to shift very, very quickly in your life. So here's what you're going to do. Every single day when you get up, you take 10 breaths. You take 10 breaths, and with every inhale, you say, I forgive myself. So you inhale, I forgive myself. And you let go. I forgive myself. And what are you forgiving yourself for? You need to figure that out. You know that, right? Some pointers, some things that I used to say to myself, that sometimes I keep saying to myself is, I forgive myself for thinking I am not enough. And when you exhale, you soften your body, you relax every single muscle fiber, you let go, and you feel how the oxygen that is leaving your body, the carbon dioxide that is leaving your lungs, your mouth, is carrying all the information that you no longer wish to hold on to, right? So I forgive myself for thinking that I was not enough, and you let go. I forgive myself for thinking I am unworthy. You let go. I forgive myself for believing in this lie about myself. You let go. I forgive myself for not understanding who I truly am. I let go. I forgive myself for not loving myself. All this bullshit, you just forgive yourself for doing it, right? You do that for 10 breaths. Then, very important by the way, keep your focus on what you're doing. If you notice that your mind wanders, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. This is the most important thing that you are going to do in your life right now. Because once you start feeling like you're enough, once you start loving yourself, once you start realizing that you are worthy, no matter what, everything in your life is going to shift. And it all starts by letting go of guilt, shame, of letting go of all the things that are not true to begin with, okay? So you forgive yourself. Then you take another 10 breaths. And with those 10 breaths, you say, I'm enough. I'm enough. Or you could try, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I'm enough. Play with it. Stick to one. Then do another 10 breaths with another one. Then do another 10 breaths with, I am worthy of love. I am worthy of loving myself. Maybe try that one. I am worthy of feeling. If you can't, if I'm enough doesn't feel right, or you feel a lot of resistance, you can try, I am worthy of feeling like I'm enough. I am worthy of loving myself. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of, just say that. Maybe that's easier in the beginning, right? And you just keep doing that. Just do that for 3 or 4 rounds of this, right? And that's how you start your day. Then for the rest of the day, every single hour, put a timer on your phone, on your watch. But every single hour, let a beep go off so that you know another hour has passed, and you do 10 breaths. If that's too much, if you are a lazy, then do 5. But do something. Do them. Every single hour, do 5 breaths, or 10, which is even better. But do them at least 5 breaths, right? Saying to yourself, I am worthy of love. Now, what you're going to notice is that if you can absolutely not feel what you're saying, what you'll notice is that after a few days, maybe after a few weeks, you will start noticing that you can feel, even if it's just a tiny little bit, you can feel a little bit of self-love. You can feel a tiny little bit of feeling good enough, of worthiness. Once you start feeling this tiny little bit, hold on to that and amplify it. And every time you repeat this to yourself, you add feeling to the mix. Now things are happening. Now you're really reprogramming the mind. Now, if you keep this going, I'm telling you, things are going to shift big time. Okay? Just keep doing it. Do not skip a day. Do not skip an hour. If you skip an hour, it doesn't matter. Go get back to it. Get back to it. But every single hour. Let's just say 5 breaths. Okay? 5 breaths. It's easy. It's just, that's 1. You do 5 every single hour. And with every inhale, you repeat whatever you want to repeat to yourself. And with every exhale, you just let go of everything you don't need anymore. You can even feel a sense of gratitude in every exhale. Thank you for feeling this love. Thank you for this love. Whatever. Play with it. If you do this, I'm telling you, in 30 days, in less than a month, you will feel like a completely different person. Okay? Try it out. If you do this for 30 days, your life will change big time. Big time. It's just 30 days. It's just 30 days. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.